Is there a checks and balances system for the court? Meaning, is there a way judges remain just and do not abuse their power, even if corrupted by the Illuminati?
Okay, I'm going to have to beg off on that one. I am not competent to answer that question. That's really
Okay.
Matthew's.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
this question, I believe, has already been answered. Am I correct, Matthew? But do you want to add to this?
To me, that does sound like a new question.
All right.
It's handled in the foundation documents of the court, and this goes to the essence of correctly applying law. See, if you're a real court, in other words, you're doing what a real court is supposed to do, law is public. Say there's a corrupt judge, right, and he just wants to, favor the Illuminati. Well, if the law is not on their side, any judge would be humiliated by, to be that corrupt judge and make that corrupt ruling, you'd have to ignore a law. You would get so ostracized. All the other judges would literally come and hit you over the head with their gavels. Gavels probably don't feel so good on your head. Honestly, how could you not out yourself for being corrupt? Now, in government courts, they dismiss and ignore laws every day. But in a real court, if the law is there and the argument has been made, it must be dealt with. And there's a tradition of judiciary opinions. When judges make a ruling, they don't just say, I proclaim. They have to write a scholarly opinion, and they have to write why they dealt with adverse facts and why they decided that a certain fact or law doesn't apply. And the other judges have a right to write dissenting opinions. So a corrupt judge is not going to last 10 minutes in a court like this. And a lot of these international judges, like me, are angry. They're fed up that their countries have already been corrupted. Their cultures have been damaged. Their lives have been, they're not having good lives. These are angry judges like me. I think you can tell I'm angry. I want to hurt some bad guys. I really do. I'm not happy at what they've done with society, with how they've damaged our countries. The other judges feel like this. A corrupt judge in office isn't going to last 10 minutes before we sniff them out and hit them over the head with a gavel. And I'm waiting for one of those guys to show up because I'll hit first.
Okay.
So it's in the judiciary opinion that they get exposed. Because, you see, if you just say, I proclaim, and it's a corrupt judgment, the world will be able to see that was a bad judgment, and that any of the other judges can step in and invalidate that judgment and correct it.
Okay. Well, I think we, that's an interesting question in the sense that, on a certain level, how you addressed it earlier, and again, to some degree this time, talking about it's in the original sort of founding documents of the court itself.
Which say that it must be a fully reasoned, transparent judiciary opinion. This court doesn't allow judges to just say, oh, he's not guilty, and nobody knows why, and nobody can argue. That's not allowed by this court's charter. Any judge that makes a ruling, they're going to have to practically write a doctorate dissertation and deal with every fact and every point of law and which way they go. And that means that it's transparent to the whole world and to every other judge to criticize. That's how real justice is done. And that's how the original principles of justice in history were founded. It works. It's a good system. It works. And I don't like that state courts now just do whatever they want and they don't need a reason. That's not real justice. I'm sorry. All those judges should be disbarred from